What is up, everybody? This is Anime Squad Podcast, episode 86, and I'm your demi servant for today, Omar.
Master Robbie.
And this is Master David.
And this is Servant Josh.
And like for today, I need you to cover the like button. I need you to unleash that comment section. I need you to rule break that subscribe button.
Rule break.
And Zabani, the notification bell. And we got an interest of shows this week. And if you want to just skip to your shows, we have timestamps for that, like always. And also we have our minis that are doing pretty well. And we want you guys to jump in the conversation with that, where we discuss about other shows that didn't make it to our main podcast. And we're gonna try something new this week. Topics of that came of interest to us this week, and just see how that goes. And hopefully you guys are there to hear as well. And with that, if we also on social media, we're trying to be more active in there. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit. So
Come in our group.
exactly. So come in. We'll say hi back.
We'll show you the
at
way.
least give you that much. We'll say hi to you.
We got the rope and everything. Just come on in. Doors open. Get in here.
Doors open.
And with that, let's just jump into the animes. Starting off with Sakugan, episode 8.
Oh, damn. This episode got real.
It hella got real.
It got really real. I was like, dude.
Hey,
What the heck?
I'll be honest. This whole time when Sakuretsu was introduced, I couldn't remember her name. And now this episode taught me her name very well, and I'm probably not going to forget it.
Oh, you mean Zach?
Zach, yeah.
the problem with this episode, in my opinion, was like Sakuretsu never gave any indication at all that she had any animosity towards Gagumber.
I know.
At all.
Yeah.
Very true.
So like usually if you have a character who does this complete 180 and is like, a villain, quote unquote villain, they usually leave some hints. Like you see her doing something. The only hint we got was her hiring Yuri for something.
Yeah.
We didn't know what it was.
We still don't know.
It was for hacking.
It was for finding Gagumber. That was what it was for.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
okay. That makes
like,
sense. I didn't pick that.
Yeah,
So,
they
like,
didn't mention that.
This came out left field. The fact that she was so nice with Memempu and then ties her up on the ceiling is like, wow.
On she the kind of crane.
She kind of drugs her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she drugs
Yeah,
her
she
with
drugged her with the
drink.
juice. With the juice.
That took me back, bro. With the back juice.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
She's like, it was dirty, but it's sweet. You probably know why it is, because it's probably drugged.
But yeah, I'm glad that we kind of got more of Gagumber and his partner, because we briefly got that, right?
Yeah, Rufus.
Yeah, Rufus.
Yeah, we briefly got that when Yuri was introduced, because in Gagumber's eyes, we saw like parallels between how the two were. But other than that, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, so I like that we got more info, and especially when we got introduced to Zach, which I thought was a boy, but lo and behold.
I kind of guessed it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Lo and behold,
I was like,
he
it's
was
probably a
little
tomboy.
Yeah, that was the first thought in my head. I was like, she had the figure of a woman, so I was like, oh, okay. So
yeah, it was just mostly just how scrawny she was.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'd be kind of weird if a dude was like this. But yeah, no, sure enough, it was a girl.
of course.
I like how when she that makes the whole scene with Gagumber flirting with her all the more awkward.
oh, I know, right?
and then she's like, when he comes to save Memempu, she's like, oh, I didn't think I'd grow to be so beautiful and sexy, did you? And I'm like,
Like that. I'm not here
I
for
didn't
that.
see it.
But I mean, overall, I feel like this one definitely felt like it dug more deeply into like who the characters were, like backstory wise.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I feel like we're definitely getting down to the end.
You know what was
Yeah.
funny though in the episode? Just seeing the tower itself, like literally over there.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
it's right on the
It's
doorstep.
literally just
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, it's like really like right there. Okay.
Yeah, because when we had that pan shot of the whole
Yeah.
location, you just see the tower itself there.
I'm also really glad that like finding out the fact that Zach was actually Zackley 2 was actually Rufus's sister. I'm glad that we actually got that whole like confrontation out of the way. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
just built up like, okay, we know that Zach is gonna betray Gagumber and Memempu. So I'm just glad that we just got that out of the way. As soon as we discovered, okay, Zach is actually Zackley 2. Okay, we just got that out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that
Yeah.
that's done.
I actually agree with that, Robbie, but I think that I would have liked a little bit more like clues than because it kind of came out of left field for me.
Oh yeah.
Like just watching, I was kind of like, okay, like I see it, but it's kind of like I just wish that I saw a little bit more, like even like a small little shot of her like doing an evil smile or something like that, or whatever. I think that would have been just a little bit better to immerse ourselves in the storyline instead of it being out of left field, because I feel like, and while it isn't doing as poorly as Feina did, I'm going to compare it to Feina again, because Feina was really obviously, it starts off really slow with a lot of good world building, but then at the end, because it's only 12 episodes, it's like, oh crap, we have to pick it up and actually resolve this.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of like things that probably should be more fleshed out, like the whole Zackley thing and stuff like that, but instead they're like one episode or like half of an episode. So
I definitely see where you're coming from, but I think for me personally, I'm just glad it's out of the way, because I'm so used to seeing anime that just drags on like the whole like betrayal thing, that it's like to me, I'm just glad they just wrapped it up in one episode.
yeah, I could definitely see it that way as well, because it's like I know shonen anime, they drag it on for like a whole arc, and it's like 10 episodes. It's like, come on, just end it already.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you guys. Most definitely 100%. And just like how it just wrapped up.
No, but it could go either or.
Yeah. Maybe she could bring it back up, right? Next episodes.
Maybe.
Well, so far for an original, it's done fine.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for an original. I think it's way better than Feina so far. At this point where Feina was like it was falling apart. It was bad.
Feina was legit just falling apart.
Yeah.
Just like, though you could definitely see the cracks with that anime for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
At least with character wise, we know these characters at this point. You know?
Yeah.
And we're at our goal.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
So.
And Memempu's grown on me. I still think she's a little brat sometimes, but she's grown on me because she wants to be this like adult figure, but she's not yet, and everyone treats her like a kid, and that's frustrating for her. But she also wants to protect her father as well, because she knows that something bad's probably gonna happen to him
She can see
when they
into
go
the
to that tower.
future.
No, yeah, most definitely. I really like that aspect where how Gagumber is like dying, right? I thought he did die. The way he took all the
I know that was close.
yeah.
I was like, wait,
That was
what?
scary.
Yeah, he took a couple shots.
explosions.
He
took a dive.
He overrode his own gale force system.
What'd you guys think about that? I didn't know he even had that.
That was cool.
That was actually well thought out, because they've been alluding to that for a while. His name being Gale Force Gagumber or stuff like that. So I think that was done really well.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool. Cool seeing in motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
The only thing that I was like kind of suspect about was Memempu just being like, "Oh, you tried to kill my dad. You're coming with us still." I'd be like, "Dude,
Get the
you're
hell out of
done.
here, right?
Get out of here."
Yeah.
I guess redemption. I don't know.
Redemption. You better save his ass.
You better take the bullet for him. But yeah, overall, I think it was a good episode overall compared to like last week, and I was like joking drugs, and this one's like serious. Like we get to know Zackley 2 and Gagumber's past.
Not much Yuri going on, but Yuri doesn't.
Yuri's fine.
Yeah, he's good.
He's recovering.
He's recovering, thankfully. From
They recovered, and then they went after another recovery after they drank a lot.
right? Yeah.
And
That's okay. It's just regular booze.
I think with that wraps up Sakugan. Another good episode, and we'll move on with the next anime. We have Mieruko-chan, episode 8.
Oh.
Damn. Mieruko-chan trying to pick up a dress for her mom.
Yeah. She walks out because
She just walks out wearing it 'cause she's like, I don't want to go back there, that creepy lady.
Yeah.
Although that it was a
Ghost.
nice one.
Yeah, it was.
She looked good in it. It was a nice one.
It was a nice
Compliment.
dress, and then the ghost was just basically an ex-employee just doing her job.
yeah, just an ex-employee that probably tragically died from the job.
Jesus.
We know that the spirits are dead, but we don't know if they're like, like died doing that. Like they're wandering, some of them, and some of them don't even look human at
Yeah,
all.
we don't
Yeah.
know. We don't know if they have a society within themselves for their souls or whatever. So
Because the craziest part is when we get to the train itself.
Oh man.
The subway.
Oh, that was actually like scary to me because
Yeah, that
dude was just going around just like
he was cleansing.
slicing into
this-
people.
Okay, but he was. I feel like his purpose was not one of malice. I feel like whenever he sees like any kind of ghoul, some creepy crawly ghosts, inhabiting other people, he just hacks them away.
He's
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
like he was a good.
He was a-
He had
like,
good intentions. Yeah.
yeah, because when he was going down the line, each person, and then he found a ghost possessing
That's
one
the
lady,
one.
and he
Yep.
hacked them up.
Yeah, because even Miko was like, "Oh, this lady doesn't look too good," and then as soon
Yeah.
as he hacked her, then it was like, "Oh, you got him." Oh,
Yeah.
but one subtle thing I did notice though was like after it was her turn and everything, when she got up, she was like, "Wait a minute, we're not supposed to stop here," and it's like.
I
No,
know.
I need to- I need to get a change of
agree with that,
underwear.
Rabbi, because
Yeah.
I watched that scene twice because I was like, underwear? Why does she need underwear? But then I realized that she pissed herself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
so-
terrifying.
No, it is terrifying.
Okay, that
If
whole-
you're willing to see someone getting hacked, that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, no, like this is the horror aspect of the show, right? In this one, like I really felt it. I was with her, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get my head
I felt
chopped
it
off.
too,
Yeah.
because, dude, it came with a axe right in her head,
Yeah,
and she didn't react, and I'm like, something must have happened because it goes black, and then it cuts to her, and she's just sitting there not reacting, and then it was really subtle, like Rabbi said, but I'm glad they did it because it was like a good look at like, okay, so she wasn't completely unaffected by that, like
No,
she literally like.
No, it was funny with the brother too.
Yeah.
Because he's
He's
like,
like, huh?
why are you standing?
my brother was being weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably thought that she was on her period or something, but she was like, "No, it's not that."
Yeah, that was probably like the best scene.
But what about the teacher though?
That one was sweet.
That one was really sweet
That one was
because like
super sweet.
I predicted it was a ghost baby.
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually love those moments in the show because it shows that even though her power is like
Terrifying.
horrible and like traumatizes her every day, like it can help her like get through,
Yeah.
and help other people as well. With that, like with the the woman there and getting her to tell her confession about losing her child and then seeing the little baby's hand and stuff. I was like, oh my god, that's
it
so
touched
sweet.
your heart.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was sweet. It was like, oh, I didn't see that coming at all.
Oh, but you know what else we didn't see coming though was the replacement teacher.
That
That
was
It's terrifying.
this is actually a bit of a cliffhanger
Yeah.
For
because
once.
we don't know who this guy is. We only know that he's a bit weird,
Multiple
bit
demons
spooky.
behind him.
They're not demons. They're cats.
Dead cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
dead cats, yeah.
Malicious, angry spirit cats.
Oh, I love the end.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
with
the
with
true ending.
Yeah.
That was so cute. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love that guy.
Yeah.
It's so sad, but it's cute because the people are watching. He's like, he's been there for 10 minutes because he's trying to see his little ghost cats, which ones they would pick
Yeah,
for his other cat.
No, it's super adorable, and I think that's what I say every week, man. But Mieruko-chan always surprises me. It was like how it just tells it's like it has like the scary factor, right, that we always expect.
The scare factor.
But then it also has the good like awe moments, like oh okay, like with the ghost baby. That was really
Yeah.
impactful.
And even those creepy like shrine spirits that save her. Like that, they're cool as well. I hope we get to see more of those that defeat the really big, like horrible ghosts.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was wondering too when I was watching the episodes, like why isn't the Shrine Maidens coming in to get rid of, like, I guess the Green Reaper in the train? But now that I'm hearing Robbie, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not a bad guy. He's not like super malicious.
Yeah, you know, he looks super evil.
He's got a job and he's just doing
He
his
actually
job.
looks cool. He looks like
Right?
Stain from My Hero Academia.
I
That's
guess
one way
so,
to
huh?
put it.
Yeah.
I was
An
like,
axe.
There's all the bandages on his face.
Yeah.
cool.
I was also yeah, in my head I was just thinking of like a generic slasher villain, you know, from like a 70s like exploitation horror movie.
Yeah.
A mouthful.
All right, and I think with that wraps up Mieruko-chan. Another solid episode. So I can't wait for next week for more.
Bring them on. Let's go.
And with that, we move on to the next anime. We have Platinum End, episode 8.
The end of all the platinums.
Finally, we get some development with Saki.
Yes.
Oh my god, I've been waiting like 4
Saki.
episodes for this.
It's pretty tragic of her end.
It is like actually this is
No.
was a pretty good episode.
It was a good episode, but in my head I was just thinking Saki saw, like, you know, what led to her suicide was that she saw Mirai jump off the building, but she didn't even bother to see like what was gonna happen, because literally if she just waited like a few more
Because
seconds.
she didn't even know.
I know.
Well,
but
Rabbi, why would you want to wait and see him splat
Yeah.
on the ground?
why not?
Like, what do
Because
you mean why
Do you
not?
remember how it was her fault?
horrifically traumatizing.
I would. I want to see what happens.
No,
Never-
I
I've
don't want
never-
to see what happens.
Okay.
Dude, jump
Am I
from
the
like
only-
the top
No,
of
but
a
the
7-story building,
but-
and like
hold on.
what's gonna happen?
Hold on, John. So basically, the whole thing was kind of her fault in a way. She blamed herself for all the bullying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because she was begrudgingly trying to fit in with the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was, she was the only friend of his, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she betrayed him.
Well, childhood friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I can understand that, like, why she'll feel sad. And then I kind of agree with Robbie. Like, you don't want to see the splat, so you
No.
kind of just assume she died. But like, and also agree
Yeah.
with you guys. Like, you want to confirm it. Like,
Yeah.
how did he go and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But it's just
But like it's like morbid curiosity, but I guess she doesn't have that in her.
But it's also
thing.
it's also mainly because of hindsight. Because literally, if she just waited like a few seconds longer, then he would have just seen him just disappear or whatever.
Yeah, but then again, she wouldn't have
She
had
was
her
she was
angel.
yeah, that's true. 'Cause she didn't
So
have it. at the
this
time.
whole thing wouldn't have even happened
And then Revel would
with them.
have found someone else maybe.
Yeah.
she was pretty
So,
much emotional too at that point.
Yeah, she was just.
but I really liked when they were in the bed together, and it was like that was actually like a really emotional
It was
moment.
a
Yeah.
tender moment. Yeah.
yeah,
It was, and then his way of showing like
You don't want
finding out her resolve.
Yeah.
Was if she fell, then she would actually want to die, but she didn't want to die, so he was like, okay, I know, like I'm not gonna, like, don't lie to yourself.
I also like that little nod with Nase, how she was like, it wasn't Saki that was lying. It was actually Mirai, because Mirai would have saved her.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he
That was
would've
really
drowned.
cool.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That's
was
what
really
I
cool.
felt too. I was like, "There's no way he's
Like,
gonna let her fall."
I remember when we first started, when we first started this anime, I was just like, man, I can't wait to see how long it'll take for Mirai to crack. And now I'm like, we're like, what was this episode, like 8? Yeah.
He's not gonna crack.
No, I'm honestly happy.
I like how he is of
Yeah.
a character.
It's so refreshing to see like an edgy kind of like battle royale anime not have an MC like this.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
It's very different
Oh,
from all the other ones.
but wait for
Our villain.
our villain
Yeah.
and his dumb friend.
Oh,
His friend found out
Yeah.
right away, and he's like,
he
I'm gonna take the Mieruko-chan route. I
not
don't know.
say anything.
Not
That's
say
it.
anything.
We're not even
Honestly,
close.
dude. Our
Although
villain,
the fish,
like,
the fish shit though.
he kind of like ruins it for me because he's so generic and so
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
I'm the villain of this show, so I'm
Okay,
gonna
but
sit
I
here and
got a
be the
theory.
villain.
I got a theory.
Shoot.
I have a theory that the authors of Platinum End, I feel like they feel the same way because of the fact that they're only known for Death Note. So they have a light Yagami type character be the antagonist to ham it all up and basically ruin everyone's day. That's my theory. That's the reason why he's placed as like an antagonist and why it's perfectly, it's perfectly okay to hate him because, he is super hateable with everything he's done.
Yeah.
It's like, why is he even here? And
He just annoys me.
Yeah.
For a villain, he's not even a likable villain. He's just annoying.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, he's just annoying, and his values are like not even. You can't even
Justified.
relate to them at all because they're just stupid.
It's
He's
bootleg.
literally is just like, I want to be God.
Yeah.
It's bootleg. It's
I need to see my sister.
what this is that this is bootleg Mr. Freeze from the Batman animated series.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because everybody loved Mr. Freeze's backstory and how great of a character it how much it fleshed him out. That's like, okay, let's do the same thing, but let's not put the heart in.
At all. And it sucks because like
Because we're not getting.
this-
I was gonna say we're not getting an emotion from this guy
No.
with his sister. He
Yeah.
was just
no,
sitting
he's,
there.
He's
Yeah.
literally just there. He's just like, I'm the villain. Like he has no emotion with his sister. He literally the only thing we saw was we saw his sister encased in
Carbonite.
like carbonite or whatever, and he just goes up and just like looks at her and he's like, huh.
Yeah,
yeah.
sweet.
Like, dude, have some emotion. Do something other than sit there and be edgy. He even has the most edgy angel.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, but the scene I enjoyed the most was with the guy, our our adult.
Oh yeah.
Our only adult.
Cancer
Yeah.
Man.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh god, that made me so sad when
Yeah.
his daughter was like, "Oh, just see me grow up at least in middle school." He's like, "I'm not gonna f***ing live that long,"
Yeah.
basically.
That was tough to see, especially like how the wife reacted.
Yeah.
Of, like she was like
Yeah,
choking
she
up.
started breaking
Yeah.
down.
She knew that he wasn't gonna make it.
That's so sweet, man. I was like really like
Dude, like,
heartwarming.
how would you like feel as like the wife knowing that you're gonna be a widow, like, and you have a young kid and you're pregnant? She's pregnant too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like that scene too where he's like, "Oh, do you trust me?" You know, the whole
Oh, like the whole wall.
That
stand?
was done really well too.
Yeah.
Cause he straight up just tells her the truth, but he knew that like, oh, she's probably not gonna believe me at all.
Yeah, because you know how like in some animes, like why don't you just tell her the truth? Why don't you just say it to them or whatever? And like here comes our guy. He's like he says everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're acting crazy. Like
Yeah.
It was nice because she said that, but you could tell like she really wanted to believe him. Like she
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to not like even when he does the whole hand thing, he's like, "Do you trust me?" Like it was like frame one, yes.
Yeah.
Like there was like no hesitation at
Yeah.
all.
That was also really sweet when he added that like, hey, I've always wanted to do that kabedon thing. I look pretty cool, right?
That's pretty cool, huh?
yeah, it just shows how that character is very humane and like how whenever he does like pass away, kick the bucket, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah. But hey, I did mention this before, right? That like, when they couldn't save the little girl, it's like, they got somebody else that's like a lot more practical in terms of like an ally.
No, yeah, most definitely. So
So yeah, screw you, little girl.
What else
Yeah,
is
you
she
would
gonna
have sucked as
offer?
an ally.
wings, bro.
She can fly.
They fly now.
They fly now.
Saki can't fly.
Yeah, that's what she.
She's aiming.
But unless Revel gets promoted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna do that.
Yeah, that was kind of like.
Does he have to go to
mixed up in
school
the
or
air.
something?
Yeah, he has to go to school. We're gonna have an omaki. We're gonna have like a filler, a 0.5 episode of
Oh
Revel
god.
going to school.
And I think with that wraps up Platinum Man.
Oh.
I think this one was solid.
It was very solid.
Very good. So can't wait for more. And with that, we move on to our next anime. We have Irina, the Vampire Cosmonaut, episode 8.
That felt like it, and honestly, it felt like an opener to like a second season because, like I said, the last episode, man, Josh, I wish you were here for that one.
I know.
'Cause-
Yeah.
actually, no, let's hear it. What did you think of that last episode?
Good one.
I just thought like it was. I think the reason why I love this show so much is because it infuses like Soviet culture as well into it. Like all the music is really fitting for the show, like super fitting. And I can't say that for a lot of shows. So when she's in space and they're doing the goofy little cooking tune and stuff like that, and she's reciting the recipes, I was just like smiling because I was like, this is great. Like it just shows the thing in space. She's doing her recipes. She made it there. There was a scare, so it was like just relief.
We gotta blow the bomb.
And then like even when she recovered and like they're underneath the thing and she's telling him about her experiences, it's just like, I don't know, it's really cute. I really like the relationship between Lev and her. And even in this episode too, we get further that like Lev is promoted again as a candidate.
That was good.
But he's still like kind of, he's upset that Irina will never get the recognition of being the first person in space. So like that bothers him.
But we also did get like a really cute scene, or like a really cute event with Irina and the caretaker, the scientist caretaker. Because like I said, I feel like she would be a perfect inclusion in her circle of like humans she can trust. And that scene, that was perfect. Yeah, that was cute.
Robbie, you were right about that, because I think last time we talked, episode 6, I said, oh, she only views her as like a plaything or whatever like that. But no, she's actually like really nice. He took her out
solid,
and took her skating and stuff.
I think the time they bond during the time our MC left is when actually the
for like the month. He left for like a month.
Because he's going back to the space training.
And that's when Lev is like, hey, can you take care of her, because I'm gonna be gone, you know.
I'll be here time to time, but
Also, can I say that this is not like following what you guys are saying, but I love Irina's personality, especially when she like fights back against the other people who are like racist to her.
That was
it's like total roast session right there. And she has like good one-liners and stuff.
Swarming bug.
And like, I don't know. I love her personality. It's like, it's strict. It's like kind of tsundere, but not really. Like she's not really a tsundere.
She's sticking up for herself.
She kind of is too.
Yeah, no, she's doing mostly is just sticking up for herself.
Yeah, she used to just take it, right? And now she's like,
because she didn't care. But now she's like, she's evolving. You know, she's becoming more human.
Yeah, exactly.
The only tsundere part is the love.
And even then, it's more of a joke thing too. Like it's pretty clear that to everyone that she's interested.
No, of
at
course.
least to us, and I assume to Lev too. No, because
remember, it got to that point. We went back to that snow area where they were stuck in. She was close
and they
to
were
it.
like really close to each other, like huddled up for no reason. And then when they the cars arrive to rescue them and stuff like that, she separates and goes all the way, and we see how big, because we assume when we look under it, because we only get that little small portion, that's how big their area is. But then you realize when she moves away that there's like a huge area, but they choose to huddle up together.
Like, she was getting close to saying the words, you know?
Yeah, she was gonna say
it was very cute. Like it was very cute. Like she gonna say like when I was at the moon, I was thinking about oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, though, those drawings, you know, she's really craving to go see that moon.
I know.
That was funny.
She's craving the carrots and the pancakes.
Yep.
That was funny. I was like, oh, what the hell? But another solid episode with this show.
Oh, and I want to mention the pinecone scene was really nice too. Her and the scientist lady were, finishing each other's sentences, and then they threw it, and because we found out they're both born in the same place. Yeah, so even though they're different races, they're like, we kind of get a little bit more world building as well.
Yep,
they got the same.
A sense of
tradition.
familiar, yeah.
That was very cool. And another solid episode. Like I said,
very much so.
The show we just love to see Irina
keeps on
and
giving.
the relationship and other characters grow. So with that, move on to the next anime. And this is going to be a farewell to one of our shows for this season.
Yeah.
And that is Heike Story, episode 11.
So
the final episode.
Man, this episode, like this anime in general, is just kind of like, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You just got a bracelet.
It's a Shakespearean tragedy. It literally is. It's a whole
tragedy.
you know when you go into it that most of these characters are gonna die. In fact, like Biwa, you see it from her eye how these characters die, right? And it's just like it's horrible to see. And it's sad to see. Even at the very end, you have hope because it's like, oh, the wind's going and the Hiki are strong in the water and they're beating them, and then the wind changes.
Dolphins pick a side.
And then the whole, you know, like the Japanese mentality of instead of being taken prisoner, I'd rather just die honorably. It's so sad because the lady takes the little kid,
the child,
and jumps in the water, and it's like, oh my gosh.
That was really hard to watch because you know it's a kid.
Then everyone starts doing it because it's like, well, if she did it, you know, that's the only honorable way to go.
Especially the mother. Of the child.
Yeah.
Oh, Tokuko,
Yeah, and then Biwa, because Biwa has like a really special attachment with her, she like her eye throughout the series shows her dying in that way, but Biwa
she risked it. She pretty much risked
it to save one person from her fate. And you know, they pulled her up by her braids, which I like that, the significance of them braiding each other's hair and then the braids saving her in the end.
And that's what's crazy too, because you know you can't change past, and that's the thing that's what affected, you know, she changing the past.
What sucks even more is because
the future,
and what sucks even more is because of that whole Japanese mentality. Even like the emperor was like, I didn't want them to die. I wanted
our treasure back.
I just wanted the treasures back. Like I didn't want for all this bloodshed. I had no interest in eliminating the whole family.
Yeah.
And it's like it's bittersweet, right? It's like no one really won.
No, it's and the whole thing started, and I was gonna point fingers or whatever, but the whole thing started because the emperor was agitated because he was exiled for however long it was by Kiyomori.
So it's I don't know, man. Just how we got from there to here is just like, damn.
It's a tough show to get through, definitely. More ways than one.
Yeah.
Which
there's so many like moments where like I just want to like turn away, like you don't want to see it.
Yeah, because you know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And then the music revs up, and it's like,
especially the
getting ready.
Biwa's doing her scene.
Yeah.
And of course, we kind of got I thought it was gonna be her in the future, and it was in a way.
It was, because she immediately after she witnesses the Heki and she tells the story and she has like all the information to tell the story, she goes blind.
Yeah.
And then
the white hair, the long white hair over time.
Because she never aged in that whole time. So like you have to think her purpose there was to document the Heki, and that was the only purpose she was there. And then after her purpose was done, you know, she got old.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, man. Tough.
Oh, it was. Yeah, this show's. It's interesting.
No,
it's
yeah,
interesting.
it was.
Oh, definitely.
It was one of the, and it wasn't even on our radar.
No.
Yeah, someone comment in the bottom.
It's like, hey, can you just watch the anime? And we're like, all right, let's pick it up.
So,
oh shoot, it's already 3 episodes in.
Yeah, hey, but we made the effort, man. We made the effort.
We
to
did,
watch it. And if the comic guy, if you're here, yo, thank you, and I hope we did you proud.
Yeah.
And I think
should we give our reviews?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, might as well get into it.
Yeah.
Since it ended, we're gonna give our review of it. Who wants to start?
I guess I'll go first.
Right.
So right off the bat, Heike Story was just blew me away, like from the first couple minutes on, because automatically you're given this family that you don't really like, like right off the bat, because they're sending goons out. They're like, oh, how dare you talk about the Heike like this, yada, all that stuff, and immediately just killed a little girl's dad right in front of her. So right off the bat, you get like really bad vibes from her, really bad vibes off from this family. And then you see the family itself and how they're just celebrating. They're just casually getting along. Yeah. And then Shigemori was basically kind of like that light, really. Well, the first light, I should say, where it's like, you know what? These people are actually pretty cool. But man, like going in, you know, you definitely see more characters and how they interact. And, you know, they're all basically like one family. Like the OP basically gives you a good like understanding as to kind of what you're getting yourself into in regards to the story. But then And that ED hits, and then that ED is basically that reality of kind of how things are going to end up. And this whole anime is just a perfect encapsulation. Like, we had no idea that this is going to be like an adaptation of a 1,000-year-old story, or kind of like where everything was. Josh was the reason why we found out in the first place, because you brought it up.
I did the research on it because I was like, this is like old Japanese. Like, what's going on here?
Right, exactly. And like, man, I'm really glad we got through this. Like, it was definitely a tough watch, especially like, you know, knowing, again, spoilers for kind of this 1,000-year-old story, but the whole story with Yoshitsune and how he eliminated the Taira family. Like, this is it. This is how it was all done, and it was just a tragic series of events that you kind of want to, maybe not want to go through. You kind of need to go through. What else could be said? You know, Science Saru killed it with the animation.
Oh yeah.
The music was also really well done, especially with like the biwa, with the biwa, like, you know, instrumentals and all that stuff. And you know, when they pull those heartstrings, man, they pull them hard.
Yeah.
Comedic moments, while not a lot, you know, it was still really well done. And the characters, you know, that you see them evolve and you see their downfall and everything, and it was definitely gut wrenching. You know, it was definitely a type of anime where it's like you don't want to continue, but when you get through it, you know, it's you know, you come off more appreciative of what you have. I guess is kind of what I took out of. But anyway,
most definitely.
To go into my rating, I give this anime a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely high up there for me. Definitely recommendation for you guys to check it out. You know, if you guys want a more different type of anime, don't let the art style, you know, throw you off. The art is definitely different, but it's different for a reason. It's meant to evoke that early kind of like historical art piece, but, you know, put into animation, put to life. So definitely give it a watch. Especially if you want something different out of your anime. Definitely a recommendation out of me.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Yes. Almost similar to Rabbi, but the only thing I guess he forgot in a while is the whole. I wish there was more. What time period was this? You know.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's what it.
That was definitely a common complaint I had.
Yeah. So that's what it needed at times.
Yeah.
Because we were just going through time and we didn't know when to stop. You get me?
Yeah, like the time skips and stuff.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it doesn't help that we're also watching 86, which is fantastic when it comes to actually placing like markers and
the
time periods. Yeah.
Time periods, yeah.
And so is Laika as well.
That's true. Yeah.
That always puts the time markers for it as well.
We got 1960, and then we're moving on to 1961, January. You know, all that stuff. So. Fortunately, we don't got that with Heike Story.
But yeah, I enjoy the art. The music was amazing. The characters are likable. Some were not. Learning this history as well, even though it's not like shot for shot,
like a documentary. Yeah.
But it's, you know, you somewhat learn of something.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And a different experience too. You know. Yeah. It's not your usual anime.
No, this is very different.
And for the most part, it's grounded, other than like the future stuff. But it's definitely more grounded.
The whole ice in general.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Same rating as Rabbi, 8.5. Okay. I recommend this show too.
No, yeah.
Hopefully, people catch on to this show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very underrated, very under the radar. And I think I'll go next. This show brings a lot to the table, especially with Science Saru art, animation. It's very different.
Oh yeah.
From like all these animes of this season. I think even the year.
Yeah.
But it kills it. The music, like whenever the B-Web comes in, oh, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to cry. There's scenes in this anime I'm never gonna forget. Like they still haunt me, like especially with the boy fighting to the death.
Yeah.
Like it still haunts me to this day. I'm just like, man, I don't think I could go through that.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't here for that, right? When we talked about it,
I was.
You were.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
But you never explained the day after. You weren't comfortable.
No,
in general.
man, I was. It put me through a lot, and I think that's what's great about the show. It puts you like even like the characters you don't like in the show, like you're not even like excited, I guess, to see them pass away. You're like,
Oh,
yeah, okay, now he's dead too. Like, who's next? And just seeing this tragedy like unfold, it's like Robbie said, it's hard to watch through, but like you're satisfied like of the story, and like it still continues on to this day. I mean, we're talking about it right now, so that says a lot. And if you really want something different from this season, this is definitely the show. I mean, only 11 episodes, so
can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Just a great experience, and characters kill it. And basically what I'm gonna just say repeatedly what you guys said. So if my rating, I give it an 8, a really solid 8, and I would really recommend it. Josh?
So because I like the show, we all like the show, I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit, because I feel like the show, while everything that all of you guys said was awesome and it's true, you know, it's a great showcase of the tragedy and stuff like that. And phenomenal animation, great music. The action scenes were done super well, super emotional. You know, Science Saru absolutely killed it. The only issues I have with this are it gets confusing. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of characters. The cast is so bloated with characters that appear maybe once in the whole show. You know, and they look, the way Science Saru does the animation, they look similar, a lot of the characters. So I had a hard time personally watching it and following along with who's who and who's, you know, important in this part of the story and stuff like that. So that's a little knock on it. I had some issues because it's so short, I think, as well. And this is a story because it's a novel, because it's really old and it details a lengthy, you know, documentary of the downfall of the Heike. It should have been more than 11 episodes.
Yeah.
And like, it's not even 12. Like, it should have been more than 11. It should have at least been 25. We should have got fully fleshed out characters, and we should have, you know, toned down maybe the bloated cast instead of showing every single, you know, scene with an emperor of a various province or something like that. Instead, just have people talk about it. Like, they started doing that at the very end. They started having people, instead of showing them, like showing the emperors talk to their followers, they just showed people talking about what's happening in other places and stuff, which was very good. But I wish they did that in the beginning. I love the scenes with the kids, like Biwa growing up with the kids. I wish we had more of that. But they were phenomenal and great character building and stuff like that. I think that it could have been a little bit more. I think that it could have been like something really amazing if it was longer, if the, you know, the cast wasn't as confusing, if it wasn't as speedy, like Rabbi and David said. You get huge time skips, like several years. They go from like kids to like late teens in one episode, and it's like what stuff had to have happened.
Well, what doesn't help is that since Biwa is our central character, she doesn't age, so it kind of you know makes it more confusing, and they never directly state that, wait a minute, you haven't changed. They did like, you know, Sukimori did like mention before, you know, like I think once or twice, like, oh, you're still a little kid, you know, you're not, but that was it. Like they never grandly stated like, oh, you're not changing at all, you know, what's going on or anything like that. No, she's just the same age, so that doesn't help.
I found it a little hard to follow as well. Like a lot of the characters wear the same clothes, which makes sense because it's in ancient, you know, Japan. So I can't knock it for that. But like I said, I wish there was more, since it's such an interesting story and stuff like that. Like it captivated me, and I wanted it to be like this big thing, you know. But it's only 11 episodes, so that's my biggest takeaway from it. Is it's a really good story. It's really unique, but put your thinking cap on, really pay attention, and absorb everything. And if you are really interested in it, just go read the original text or read the Wikipedia on it or something like that, because you'll get the parts that this anime couldn't fit in. with the whole story.
No purchase necessary because
No purchase necessary.
It's in public domain because it's super old.
Because it's 1,000 years old. But yeah, I give it a 6.5. I think it's very good. It's a positive score, but
Yeah.
I think it's has some things that could potentially turn people off if they watched it. But honestly, we all liked it here, and I think you should give it a shot. Despite my score, I think you should give it a shot. It's definitely like one of the most unique pieces of media you'll see probably in anime.
Yeah, most definitely. A lot of anime studios are afraid of to even jump to, right?
Yeah, like like I'm surprised this was even made because a lot of anime studios would be like, no, hell no, we're not doing this.
Heck no.
You kidding me?
Are we not doing another isekai?
What? Isekai?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Heike Story looks like it flopped. Like it doesn't have a lot of people watching it. I heard from forums that it didn't do well in Japan either, and it's like it's unfortunate because you want to see more of this experimental stuff than just generic isekai 1175.
So yeah, with that, hopefully you guys watched the show with our reviews and all we talked about, our praises to it, and just give it a try, give it a watch. And with that wraps up the Heike Story, and we move on to our next anime. We have Ousama Ranking, episode 7, and Boijj trying to become a man, right?
Yeah.
Trying to be powerful like his dad.
I love this new character.
Yeah.
He's
Despa,
amazing.
yeah.
He's
Despa?
so funny.
No, he's hilarious.
I'm glad that Despa is the character that gets to stick around because, like, don't get me wrong, Desha was pretty cool, and like when they, up until the reveal that like, oh, this wasn't the right brother that they had to talk to, I was like, all right, I can grow accustomed to him. But like, honestly, Despa, I'm so glad that we're sticking with Despa as like our mentor to Boijj.
He's awesome. He's
such a character, yeah.
He's such a character. He's flamboyant. He's like eccentric. He comes out, and Wit Studio had a blast animating him. Like, you can see the love they put in animating just him in general.
It gave me the Mob Psycho feel.
Yeah.
When it comes to emotions.
Speaking of emotion, like, man, jumping ahead a little bit, like when Boijj was cooking cooking breakfast and everything, you see his face, Boji's face, like he's enjoying it, but like Despa and Kage are like, this is gonna be good.
But he's a smart guy too.
Yeah.
Because he looked it up too. It was like,
he immediately
how did he eat this way?
He immediately like imagines like, oh, he's a son of a giant.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is a giant. He's literally a giant, but he just was cursed. And then Kage's like, that means he has some dormant power, and he's like afraid not. Which I'm actually glad they're doing. I'm glad they're doing this because if a lot of cases, it's like in anime or even in other media, it's like this, the person who doesn't have a lot of power or whatever has like this really dormant superpower, and then they unleash it and stuff like that. But he just straight up, when Kage says that, Despa just straight up says this, no, he's cursed. Like he's not gonna gain this power again.
If anything, he has negative powers.
He has negative powers. He has literally zero muscle on his body. None at all. Not a singular muscle on his body.
And I think the best part of the episode was like, all right, so he has no strength, but we know what he's really good at, so we're gonna excel that and find a weapon for him to suit him. And I was like, yes, that's what I really want, because he's not a sword fighter, right? That requires
He can't
strength.
even lift a sword. He needs a weapon that will allow him to have strength.
And I can't wait to see what weapon he picked, because when Kage saw a glimpse into the room with the
splitting a rock in half.
Split a rock in half, and I'm like, what? Is it his fist?
He straight up became Tanjiro now.
That's what I thought too. I was like, that's Tanjiro, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm super excited to see what weapon he is, or like what he used, or like if it's just his face. I don't know. I'm excited.
Because at first the guy was like, oh, he's just doing it for money.
Yeah.
That's all. Oh, look, he gave him treasure as well. All right, I'll help. But he finally.
But then when he finds out that Boijj has no strength, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make you strong,
Yeah.
boy.
Man,
I'm
what?
gonna make you strong, boy.
Yeah. No, that was super cool. Yeah. So Despa's a welcome character.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
Oh, that was funny too about his brother. The whole
Oh.
ugly.
Yeah, he called him ugly. He's like, I know he's not handsome as me, right?
I love how flamboyant he is. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And then like
And his puffy pants.
and then like
His
how,
pantaloons.
and then like how his brother doesn't like his face either, and he's like, yeah. So when I saw the statue of myself, I punched it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I mean, it did solve that. It did definitely answer that question because it was kind of like weird just seeing like a statue with like the face punched off.
Yeah, no, it was really like, oh, I'm glad they solved that.
Yeah.
And then like the gloomy ending of this episode.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Daida just straight up became Rosewall now.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh crap. Like it's not him no more.
Yeah, no, it's straight up his ancestor. That I guess that would mean that Boss was also like that too.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
said
Isn't-
son.
It's literally another
Yeah.
son that I had to sacrifice.
That's
Like
crazy.
yeah, like he's been doing it for a while, which makes me think that we're gonna have a big
Literally.
showdown between Boijj and Daida for the king, because Boijj is the true son of King Boss.
That's
You know.
what.
I did mention that before, that like in a sense Boijj did dodge a bullet with that one because
He did, yeah, because he was gonna be like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I think. What's his name again?
Daida.
No, the
Oh, peace.
Alpiz.
Yeah,
was.
yeah. He knew something like that was gonna happen.
Yeah, because I always had that question up in the air, like why would he follow the mirror, right?
Yeah, but once
Yeah.
he heard about the king's king,
It's all a conspiracy, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was crazy. So
So it's all a conspiracy to like keep power in the family. Like basically, like instead of having someone like, I see why it's really messed up, but for the family, it's like, okay, we have a king who was very competent.
Just keep
Are
making
we
him
really
king.
gonna just keep reviving him so he keeps being king, because he was so competent and he'll keep the kingdom alive, instead of having him die and having new kings come in who are probably gonna ruin everything.
yeah, because isn't this kingdom supposed to be like number one always?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always number one.
that's probably why.
Yep. Just have the same dude. Have the same dude.
Yeah, and it was also evidence too. I think the mirror did that because Daida stuck in the ranking of the kings when they
Yeah.
first came around.
He was
so
91
Yeah.
according
he
to the
was, like,
ranking.
horrible.
So they
So-
can't have that.
They couldn't have that. They were like, nah, dude, we gotta get our boy back in here.
We need to
You
sacrifice you.
gotta tag him in. Tag him in.
Tag him in, using some black magic voodoo.
That just sucks for
I
Daida.
hope that happens with me.
Oh my
I
god.
want to keep coming back to
You're-
this world.
Shut up.
So you would take your own son's life. So come back.
Come on, man. Same blood, right?
Oh my god.
What if he's not good looking?
That's okay. Then got another chance with his son. And his son.
Oh,
And his
God.
son. And his son.
You wild.
You crazy, bro.
You wild, bro.
I gotta keep coming back. I want to
What's
see
wrong
how
with
the.
you?
What was wrong with Daida's ancestor?
I don't know. It's
We're gonna find
not
out.
real life.
We'll find out. In the
We'll find
future
out.
episodes.
Maybe he's got some issues, man.
And I think with that we move
Maybe
on.
he's my dream character. Who knows?
And I think with that we move on to our next anime, which would have been 86.
On episode 86.
It would have been perfect. It would have
Oh.
been perfect, but unfortunately 86 had to take another week off.
Yeah, come
this
back in
one-
For
87.
no reason. I don't
Recap.
know why.
And this
They
just
took a week off, and then we
this-
got a week, and then they took another week off. What you doing, boys?
Has a part-time job.
yeah, and
Yes.
It took the recap episode.
and it's literally just a recap. There's nothing in it. We checked, and unfortunately, we have to move on to the next anime we have. We have Jobless Reincarnation. I would seriously try this time. Oh, also known as
Mushoku Tensei.
Tensei. Episode 8, season 2.
Yeah.
And we're now in the central continent.
We are physically in the central continent. The weather's really nice.
It
Fortunately,
looks lovely there. It looks like old
I
Japan.
love the cobblestone bricks. Remind me of my home.
But yeah,
And the pagodas.
but yeah,
and the pink pink elephants.
Oh, the pink
Yeah, that
elephants are
was-
so good. Reminds me of my favorite
Eris is
film.
like on cloud 9. She's like, this is the greatest place of all time.
Oh
Yep.
my God. But
But
yeah,
where's Roxy?
she's not there.
Where is Roxy? Oh no!
I mean,
that guy, he's really messed up.
Packed.
What's going on, man? God, what's going on in this wacky situation?
So I guess Rudis talks to the god entity,
Man, God.
God, and he's like, "Yo, I trusted you last time. You hooked me up with the new eye.
Oh yeah,
So
pretty sick.
I need you to give me more tips, more advice to how to get my family back." And I think you trusted him too well.
Because he was like, "What are you talking about? Your family's in the other world."
Oh, that was
he's
funny.
Like, he's
That was
like,
funny.
Rudius is like, you know damn well what I'm talking about.
I love Man God. I love how sassy that man God is.
Because he's like, because Rudius is like, I hate being in this form. You make me hate myself because I'm in this form whenever I talk to you.
It's what you think of yourself, man. It's not me.
It shows us like what he used to be. It's
Yeah.
like, never forget, bro.
Never forget.
Never forget. You probably should forget. Honestly, you probably not a good life you had back in the human world.
No. But yeah, Man God gives him some advice. He's like, "Hey, you gonna see this event happen.
But don't use your real name.
Yeah, don't use your real name.
Don't use your real name. We found out why. she's pretty judgmental.
She found because Aisha found her
treasure.
His treasure. Oh no, Lilia found his treasure.
And it's
Lilia found his treasure, and then Aisha was there and thinks he's a big old stinky pervert.
Yeah.
Which he is. She's not wrong.
no, she's
Yeah.
not wrong. She's pretty spot on. Smart,
She's pretty spot on, to be honest.
pretty smart
You,
6-year-old.
you could even see it from his face.
He's like, "Damn, she got me good."
She's like busting out these huge words. I don't even know these words.
Speaking of being got
she
good,
had another mother. I mean,
Ah.
a nice mother.
I mean that too, I guess. But speaking of being got though, Rudius did not use his brain.
No, he
Yeah,
did not.
he
No.
just walked right in there, and then Mr. Pax, who's got some freaky thoughts in
it
his
was- it was-
got some
no,
got some issues.
it was so funny because Omar was so upset with him. He was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, man, because it was because obviously we know Roxy's not there, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, "Oh, Roxy, I gotta go see Roxy."
Yeah, he's thinking with his,
Yeah, his second
other
head.
His
parts
other girl.
and not his brain.
No, yeah.
Her second
Liver.
girl.
And I hate the fact that he didn't take anyone with him too. I was like, "Yo, he's high heads already."
You,
No, but-
you
but-
know,
but
he's very overconfident now, and
Yeah.
I think this brings him down to earth a little bit because he
A
was so
little-
confident. He was confident in Man God. He was confident in his own abilities. He was confident in Roxy being there. Like he was just way too confident. He gets there, and then this freaky weird dude
He's
is
brought
there
back
saying
down to
he's gonna
earth,
do very
literally.
naughty things to Roxy and threatening a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, this guy's kind of the worst human ever in history.
He kind of has a checklist of all the tags he needs to get through, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do that one, I'm gonna do that one, I'm gonna do that one when Roxy gets back.
But
But he
one-
didn't really think about how he's gonna get Roxy to come
Yeah.
Not
back.
very smart.
the one thing Omar said, he's like, he thinks like a virgin.
Oh yeah,
He's literally an incel.
yeah. No, yeah. Better word to say it.
Because the way he was saying these stuff is pretty
Yeah,
much like.
I was like, this guy's straight up a virgin. I don't know.
This guy's never
mean-
never seen a woman in his life.
I mean,
Other than
honestly,
Roxy.
honestly, you know, okay, you can call me crazy or whatever, but like I can kind of draw parallels with this incompetent doofus and Rudius back in his old life in terms of like, you know, pre-isekai, in terms of how his
I
thought
can
process
see that,
goes.
but yeah, I can see that.
No, but
Yeah.
that,
Rudius is a pretty bad dude in
Yep.
his previous life. He was
Yeah.
but see
kind
that's
of nasty.
but see that's what made Rudy's kind of fell in this episode because he
Yeah.
was falling back to the same
He
roots.
was
'Cause
kinda
remember-
going backwards.
Because remember what he said. He told what's her name? Julius or the red hair chick?
Lilia,
Lilia?
her sister, yeah.
No. The
Aisha.
other,
Aisha.
yeah, like to stay and stuff, cause I gotta go see my my other girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much he was treating it like, oh, this is my other girl that I like.
Side piece.
Oh yeah. You told Eris, and Eris was like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "None of your business." Ooh, look, I'm a pimp.
I got my red hair girl and I got my blue hair girl.
And my green
And my
hair.
green hair girl.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't find
green
her yet.
hair girl. Hey,
So that's why he
Whole
messed
Power
up.
Ranger team.
you're dumb.
Yeah, I think honestly, like David said, I think he just was too confident, and now he's like,
He's paying the price.
well, dude, I fell for the oldest trick in the book. This guy's
Yeah.
not even good. How did I fall
Literally.
for this?
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a loser.
The one thing the most dumbest thing I saw is like, why didn't he use his power when he slipped? Because doesn't the eye, his demon eye, actually predict the movements?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question,
you know
David.
what?
Let me ask you a question,
That-
David.
That
Alright.
doesn't make any sense.
Let me ask you a question, David.
Oh.
How many times has Spider-Man been in trouble? Doesn't he just feel like he should have had a power for that, right?
Oh, you mean his spider senses?
Yeah.
Hey man, they kick in whenever they need to, all right? And I guess in this
Well,
particular moment, Rudis was
well,
not
I actually have a theory about that too. I think that he has to be looking at
the situation.
Not the situation.
the situation to predict it, and if he doesn't react quick enough, then
It
he doesn't, because his clairvoyance isn't very like far
Clairvoyant.
into the future or anything. It's literally like maybe a second later.
6 seconds, I believe. He
Or,
said.
or you could say he just hasn't mastered it. He's still like
Mhm.
learning how to use it, right?
Or maybe he just wasn't like focused on using it.
That's
like he
true.
wasn't in a fight or anything, so he wasn't focused on like looking through that eye to see clairvoyance. He was just like, "Ooh, where's Roxy? Oh!"
Roxy, you down here?
He literally when he's in there, he's still asking for Roxy from this guy who's saying that he's gonna do all these naughty things to her, and it's like, dude, she's not here, bro. You got played.
I would be inclined to say, oh man, it's just Rudy acting like an 11-year-old, but then I gotta add 2 extra digits to his age.
Yep.
Close to being, 50, I think, at this point.
Yeah, like 47.
Yeah, 47, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rudis being a dummy, and we'll see if he gets out of this predicament.
Maybe not. Maybe this is where the show ends.
Heck
No,
This
yeah.
is where the show ends. Roxy comes, and then it just shows whatever bad end.
Nah,
You'll
bad ending.
You'll see it in a
This
different
is
site.
bad end.
I have
See
a
the results in a different site.
feeling the squad's coming in.
Nah, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like they're
Oh
like,
yeah, the squad's coming. Cause even Eris and this made me laugh actually. Because Eris was just like, all right, let's just charge right in. And then Rougiard was just like, I haven't stormed a castle in ages. and I was laughing at that because I was like, man, these guys are ready to
They're
mess
ready
some
to
stuff up. They're ready to go in.
And me too, man. I was like, you know what? Screw that castle.
Wow, let's go.
they haven't thrown
I'm ready
down.
to just run in, man.
Yeah.
Gotta run.
Like we haven't had an action scene in a while. Let's just go.
Right? It has been a while, huh?
No,
It has been a while, yeah.
That's what they said. And I was like, oh, that's
I guess you
cool.
could call the Paul scene with Rudius an action scene.
Well, I mean, there was
Where he's
action
fighting his
involved.
dad.
It's like a little bit of crumbs.
The crumbs of the cookie.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Mushoku Tensei, aka Jobless Reincarnation.
Yeah, it was a nice place. You guys should come.
And I think with that, we move on to our next anime. We have The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, episode 17.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Daruj and the Magical Girl fight part 2, I like to say.
Fighting it out.
Parte 2.
Yes, because, Daruj is, she's
No,
smart
She's a
businessman.
lunatic.
the fun part was the futon.
Oh, that
Yeah.
futon was dirty. That old one? Oh, man.
Hey, but it was free.
Danky,
It was free.
nasty
It was free.
futon.
She's like, I keep washing it, but it still got that smell. It's like, throw it out, buy a new one.
He's
No matter.
sleeping in her own filth. Literally, it's like she lifts up the covers and just you can see the stank.
Brown. It's not even
coming
green.
off of
It's not
it.
even green or yellow. It's just brown.
It's just brown.
But it was so funny that whole scene, that whole scenario, her getting the new futon.
Yeah.
She
It was just funny how like it shows that she hasn't been able to sleep because her bed's so bad. She goes to lay down in the store and she just falls asleep immediately.
That was funny.
Like it takes 2 seconds.
Why I related to that.
And the lady's just looking at her like, you need to get up.
Yeah,
Please.
It's just you to test the bed, not to actually sleep in here.
Yeah. Gotta buy it.
It's like, give me a minute.
No,
And
and
she
I
bought
love
it.
I love how the landlady said that like, oh, those futons are a scam, and then like 2 seconds later tries it out
He
and
lays
just
in
sleeps
it and
in
then she
it.
falls asleep right away.
And Jahy's like, hey, move over at least.
Yeah, and then they both sleep. It's cute. And then the boss lady comes in. She's like, "Aw, fast friends.
Let's sleep too.
Let's all sleep in my house.
Let's all sleep in my room except she's a menace in the bed.
Not in a good way.
She's literally abusing Jahy, just like punching her.
she a
And then I
fighter.
like how the landlady knew about that, so she moved to the very corner.
That was me. That was me in New York.
Oh my god! I'm glad you brought that up.
That was one of my friends. Like he told me the same thing, that apparently I just kept like punching him a whole bunch, and he eventually just left the bed. That was me.
You related to that scene? You're like, yep, that's me.
Well, I related to it not on the receiving end, but more so on the giving end.
On the giving
I don't even
end.
remember because I was asleep.
Oh man.
They just told me what happened, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's. I guess I hate everybody when I'm asleep.
Yeah, you were a kung fu fighter, man.
You were Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Kung
Yeah.
Fu fighter.
From Police Story.
But yeah, Davidson, that was a good scene. I like both scenes actually. You know, Darude, the magical girl.
Yeah,
Nice.
Darude and the magical girl is like, dude, they're gonna throw fists.
Yes.
They're gonna throw punches at each other soon. And I like how the magical girl knows that she's egging her on and she keeps doing it because
Yeah.
it's funny.
No, but the most important scene was actually after the credits when you had like 4 minutes left.
Yes. I'm
Oh.
glad everyone watched the after credits scene because that was
How could you not? It just the ED just kind of comes abruptly, and you're like, oh shoot, it ended already.
Yeah, I was like, man, that was a quick episode. It must have been good. And I'm like, wait, this one here. Space pirates again?
the last episode, dude, and the Dark Lord gives her the powers to destroy the monocrystals. That's what I saw from that.
Yeah,
ghostly
because you see
image.
horns. You see horns.
Yeah.
You see horns and you see the little outline of her, and you know she's gonna do what she did to the magical girl.
Yeah, it's crazy. man.
the monocrystals.
I like how Savra is like now white. It's kind of like the white knight.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's kind of weird too because Silvera was like just like this lame side character
Yeah.
for like the whole
Hey.
show.
She's got a promotion, baby, and the other
And now she has a
side.
promotion in the last 3 episodes.
Hey, it made conflict though, so that's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
I mean, with only like what 2 more episodes left.
Yeah,
No,
with 1 more episode left.
1 more?
0 more.
Oh,
This is the end.
There's 3 more
I hate you, Robbie.
on episode 18 next week.
Oh,
Yes.
but yeah, that was Jahy. Another great time. Jahy.
Jahy.
And with that, we move on to our last anime of the week. We have Dragon Quest Dai, episode 59.
59.
Oh
Woo!
man, what a journey! And Dai did not die.
He did.
Well, Dai
No, he
did
did.
die.
He almost
The
did.
mother dragon. She was
Yeah.
like, "It's time to go, my child." And
Yeah,
I don't want to make a new dragon name. I'm done.
I'm done. I'm tired. the bad guys are super
No,
strong this time.
I called it though. Who called it? I did, because I said they were like, "Oh no, mother dragon's taking him away," and I'm like, "No, this is for Baron."
Nah, yeah, you
Sure
did.
enough, it was for Baron.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah, it was
he
literally
was
from
technically
Baron.
the true one.
Baron was indeed the true Dragon Knight. Dai was just a byproduct of that. And he's like, why did you give me the ability to reproduce? Literally.
No, yeah. And I was still like cool to see, like, you know, how many times we see Baron die? Like, god damn it.
His final moments is now.
Yeah, now true
Now,
final
now,
moment.
now this is his final moment.
When he was the Dragon Knight, when his body got burned to crisp, and now spiritually he's dead. Baron's not coming back. There's no like,
He's dead. Dude, he died physically.
They want to
He
hammer
died-
that into the ground.
but other than that, King Vern is just dropping bombs, right?
Yeah.
Everything's going super well for him.
Yeah.
And even he called it. He was like, man,
That whole village just got annihilated.
It got nuked.
It got nuked out of
Dude,
existence.
that was like, wow.
for Dragon
Like, people
Quest
were
V,
dying.
Even like our team was like, why aren't you just dropping bombs in the capital? And it was like, no, they don't care. They're gonna destroy the whole world, so they're taking their time.
You dropped a bomb on me.
I was just like, damn, man. And even King Vern's bored. He was like, man, I hate when everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, come on, man. What happened to the opposition? You know what? We got it. We got Crocodile and Hunkel. They were traitors. So let's do a public execution.
Let's spice
Pretty
it up
messed
here.
up.
What a savage.
Yeah. Well, what a savage.
He's a Dark Lord, bro. Why not, right? He has all the time.
Yeah, because he was bored at that point.
Yeah, because the Reaper guy, he's like, yo, he has basically the cards of faith. He's like,
Mhm.
there's someone
That's
that's
true.
someone's gonna oppose you, man.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna come in.
He was having fun at that point.
Yeah, he's like,
And it ain't Avon because for the 100th time, we gotta clarify, Avon is dead.
yeah. But I like that. I like that we saw more
Yeah,
of
that was
Avon's
cool.
past and his girl, or his wife.
Gave an excuse to bring Avon's voice actor back, so that's nice.
Yeah,
He was
for
like-
one
I
episode.
just imagine he was like, just 6 months doing like other projects, and he's like, what character is that again? Oh, Avon. Oh yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah.
fam. and I love how like his wife or girlfriend, her design it really tells the testament of time of
Yeah.
her big shoulder
But
pads.
big shoulder pads. That's how you know.
Bro.
That's how you know this.
Even bigger shoulder pads.
That's how you know this was a product of the 90s.
The 90s, the 80s, and if you could go that far.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z, come on, man.
Oh my god.
Piccolo.
I was just like, wow.
No, but her shoulder pads were.
They were huge, bro.
Yeah. How does she fit through the door?
she goes in the side.
Sideways.
Sideways.
Batman would be proud.
But yeah, it's just, set up for next episode, this one. And
I know.
we finally see Baron literally go away.
But Crocodile and Hunkel gonna die.
Are they gonna die?
I don't know.
Hopefully not. Now that dies physically back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like that it went abrupt. Like he came from the sky. He arrived to the location, and then they picked him up.
Yeah, he came down like Kingdom Hearts style.
You walk away.
Oh my god. That's the first thought I said. I was like, oh, that's Sora right there. But yeah, that was Dragon Quest Die, and that wraps up the animes this week.
All wrapped up in a neat little bow.
Yes, and with that, we move on to news. Quick news this time, not lengthy like last week.
Quick news.
And we start off with a little game that was announced
little
last
game?
year.
Oh.
Yeah,
cool.
it was another fighting game.
Oh, okay.
Because we love fighting games here.
We do.
on the podcast.
I do.
DNF Duel.
DNF Duel.
Another trailer, which is Arc System's next project
Mm-hmm.
that they're working on, and they're just, I guess, showing off more of the game itself. And
Yeah.
the characters. And just, it looks solid. It looks really cool.
It's solid, but like, here's the thing: none of us have played Dungeon Fighter Online.
No.
I do know a few friends that have, and they're probably super duper stoked and excited about it. But we're just going off of Arc
Trailer.
System, the trailer.
Yeah.
Arc System Works is past making games in general, so
No, yeah.
based off of that, it looks real cool. But
No, yeah. I'm just excited.
So what I guess from Guilty Gear Strive and Blaze Blue, like how like what
I think we're
style
done with
does
the
it-
Blaze. I think we're done with the Blaze Blue style, honestly.
Okay.
Because Blaze Blue was all 2D. We haven't really had
Well,
that.
I meant
since
as in
cross tag.
Fighting style.
Oh,
Yeah.
fighting style? I don't
Yeah.
know. I was kind of getting like a Grand Blue kind of vibe.
Grand
to
Blue?
it.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
felt too. I felt like
Yeah.
it was more Grand Blue, like kind of
'Cause-
fighting style.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think what it is that you also kind of have to acknowledge the fact that this is also based off of an existing game property,
Yeah.
just like Grand Blue was. So they're trying to respect the existing style of those games and just combine it with the Arc System, sweet gameplay that we know and love. Pretty similar to like Persona 4 Arena or Grand Blue, so
Yeah.
among other things. So, you know what, the vibe, I feel like everybody's probably made this comparison before, but Arc System Works in general is just basically, to me, is like the telltale of like fighting games, pretty much.
Yeah.
Where they could basically pick up any property and just boom, immediately make a fighting game out of it.
Yeah, I mean, like even like with Grand Blue, like just only known in the other side of the world, and like
in Russia.
Yeah, like it picked up steam because of the fighting game. So.
Yeah.
Arc System, it makes that magic happen sometimes.
Ooh, yeah.
There was that Kill la Kill fighting game. How'd that go?
I forgot about that.
Exactly.
That's how it went. Because I completely forgot about it.
It could go the Grand Blue route, or it could go the Kill la Kill route. So we don't know.
Or Dragon Ball Fighters.
That too, yeah.
Because that game's not gonna get forgotten anytime soon.
God no. So yeah, we'll see what more about it. I mean, they did show the Berserk character.
Yes.
And he was pretty interesting.
Pretty meaty, pretty unga bunga. So
like soul bad guy kind of.
Yeah.
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
We'll see what other characters drop in, and like Bobby said, we're just going off of Arc System itself. We have no idea what this property is.
But if you guys have like played the game, give us a.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm always willing to give it a try. Any fighting game.
If you guys are watching this from the future, let us know in the comments. We'll probably read it.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, like we said earlier, we read the comments. We will say hi at least.
Yes.
And with that, move on to our final news. Like I said, it's a quick one this week. Epic Games acquires Harmonix.
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 Yes, and if you don't know what Harmonix is, it's basically Rock Band. You
guys remember that?
Yeah, that's
mid 2000s, baby.
That's a flash of the past. But yeah, it's an interesting purchase that Epic Games bought. So
I feel like they're in a, I guess, deal with. They're gonna have more property. I guess property on music wise too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well. Yeah, you can say that because Rock Band was like huge in terms of like licensing
music,
so much music.
Yeah.
I have over like 140 songs, and they're still adding more music to Rock Band.
That's true, huh?
So yeah, I wonder what Epic Games is gonna make them do, or what
they better make a sequel to that Michael Jackson one.
No, I'm curious. Wait, is Rock Band the only? No, like
Guitar
Hero and Rock Band never win a PC, huh?
No,
right?
They did not.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna go.
Is it possible that it will eventually get like a PC?
They better give us control. We better see those controllers again, though.
Back in the stores.
Back in the store.
Taking up that store floor.
People making lines upon lines, be like, yeah, dude, I gotta buy those controllers.
Hey man, I had some. They're cool.
I have one actually. Yeah, still, it's somewhere in my closet.
But yeah, we just thought it was an interesting
purchase.
Yeah, Epic Games, Fortnite. They can buy anything at this point.
Oh yeah, they're gonna bring back old popular music game trends again.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. So just want to let you guys know that happened.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
And with that wraps up the news, and we're gonna try something new this week.
Experimentation, baby. Let's do it.
A topic.
Yeah, a topic.
Topical.
This week, since we have enough time to cram it in here, and with our minis, we're about to finish Arcana, which is done by Riot Games, the people that made League of Legends. And if you haven't checked out the minis, it's really cool. It's a couple of us in the podcast cover other shows and stuff like that, and we just had the theory as like, man, this video game IP was amazing. It was like they did a good job in the story and all that stuff.
Yeah, for being a video game based animation show, it was really good.
Really, really good. So it brings up the question of if, and it's for us and including you guys, if you could turn any video game into an anime, what video game would it be?
Gotta be any
video game.
So who wants to start first?
I'll go. I'm gonna go with a very unconventional one, but if you guys have been watching the podcast for a while, and these guys probably would know, I would be totally 110% down to see an anime based off of Sekiro.
Oh, that is not
'Cause-
the answer I thought.
Well, okay, maybe not. But Sekiro, oh man, like the cutscenes and everything like that, and how the story was like weaved together was fantastic. But the thing is that if an anime were to be done, it has to, in my opinion, it has to honor how the game was done, and it has to be very slow. Not really much dialogue, aside from kind of like important actual scenes and such.
Yeah.
I think it can be done, like kind of like something like Samurai Jack, and how Samurai Jack, often like there would be episodes where like Jack wouldn't really like interact with talk to anything.
Yeah.
Like all of what was going on was done through his reactions to kind of like his fights and everything like that, his wits and everything. But there wasn't really that much talking in some episodes, so I'd be totally down to see something like that with with Sekiro. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I will see that, especially the action pieces.
Oh yeah.
In that game, the fight with the monkey.
You know what style would be perfect for it?
What?
The first short that from Star Wars Visions.
Ah, that
Like
kind
that,
of style?
yeah, like that kind of style, maybe. Well, maybe not that style, but in terms of kind of like the story to story beat, I feel like that would really fit.
Okay, that's cool. I would see that. I guess I'll go next. I think it's been done, but I kind of want a whole series of it, and that's just me being a mega fan. The Mega Man X series. Man.
Oh, the X series.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
2D or 3D?
I'll do 2D. I like to see that because they done it before.
They have with the with the X4 cutscenes.
No, but there's also a short of how Sigma.
Maverick Hunter X.
Yes.
Maverick Hunter X actually had an OVA that was actually built into the game. That actually shows. Here's the thing about that OVA though, that you can kind of. I'm curious on what kind of direction they're gonna go with the story. Because Maverick Hunter X, again, this is kind of going into the lore of X.
That's what I want.
But they changed a lot of stuff in the Maverick Hunter X OVA. Like the fact that Dr. Kane passes away at the beginning of Maverick Hunter X. But in the games, he was alive from 2 and 3. But then he just kind of disappeared after 4 became a thing. Because 5 onward was when we had Cygnus and we had Alien and all the other dudes and crew that we know and love.
Yeah, and I would like to see that being animated.
I want to see Layer animated.
Oh my god.
Layer from X8? Okay, I'm sorry. I got to simp real quick. But she's super hot. And just seeing her fawn over Zero, maybe after Zero loses Iris. I think that'd be cute,
No, yeah, that would be cute. See, that's what I'm saying. This video game has so much potential to do it, right?
And it sucks that Layer was only in X8, okay?
Not if you play the app game.
Oh my god. No. Are you also Command Mission also? Because I know Command Mission is like a sequel.
Okay, this is a thing about me. I love that game.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And
They never included that in the X collection, so I never played it.
no, that's it. Oh, yeah, you're right. The new
I've only played what they gave me, and that was 1 through 8.
I could let you borrow it, man.
Oh, do it right now.
It's a fun
Let
ride.
me see. Let me see.
No,
Right now.
I like it for what it was because I'm a big fan and I would love to see it animated. So that's just my take because X and Zero. I would love to see action scenes like that.
Oh, but we did also have the Mega Man, the Mega Man cartoon by Ruby Spears.
No, I'm not bringing that.
That one had a crossover. That one had a crossover.
I know they did. I'm not bringing that up. I want it better than that.
Who's a fighting robot?
Oh my god.
Mega Man.
So yeah, that's what I want. David, Josh, anyone? What do you guys?
I'll go next, I guess.
All right.
I have an idea of
Okay.
what I would like to see animated, mostly just because of my I just think it'd be cool. I think Metal Gear would be really cool animated. I think, especially because it's such a big franchise now. It's not just Snake anymore. It's you can have Raiden. It's so
It could
many
be about
cool
Naked Snake. It
characters.
could be about Solidus Snake. It could be about Liquid Snake.
Boss.
Big Boss. You could be about
Regular boss.
a whole bunch of characters.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So I think it'd be really cool. I think I would love to see how stealth would work animated, how it'd be
You think Survive's
the
also?
calls coming up, stuff like that.
You think Survive is also gonna get animated too?
Don't bring that.
Don't bring that.
Why?
That-
It happened right after Big Boss leaves.
Don't.
You saw that portal come in?
That
And how
game
the
does not
boss,
exist, all right?
It's an isekai technically. That'd be perfect. You're gonna make an isekai.
Gosh.
You're gonna literally make an isekai anime based off of Metal Gear Survive.
See, I hate you because someone's gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a great idea," and we're gonna get a Metal Gear anime series, but it's that.
No, and you remember that okay, you remember that sticker from Phantom Pain with Paz as a magical girl? Make that into an anime too. She had the peace logo and everything like that. And she'd be and it'd be interesting too because she'd be a magical girl that's like what 22 or whatever. And she looks like she's young.
Oh my god. But yeah, Josh, that's actually a cool pick because Metal Gear's known for the story, right? And
Oh yeah,
most of the time you're watching cutscenes.
and Johnny Sasaki too, with his bowel movements.
All right, cool. David, you have a video game you would like to see animated?
Yeah, for me, it's already been animated, but it's only based on Leon. But I want it on Chris this time.
Heck yeah.
I want, but 2D this time, so it could be different from both.
Okay, but
Leon
The Rock in Resident Evil 5, is that going to be 2D or is that going to be 3D? Because if it's 3D, it's going to be easier for it to just fall into chunks. I'm just saying.
No, 2D, that'll be sick. Watching like the boulders shatter, right?
No, I wanna see what he did during when he became
How he bulked
BSA and stuff like that. I want to see a little bit more off, what he did prior to, the actual main story of Resident Evil. I don't want it to be connected to the story, but I want to see what he did because Leon had a similar thing where all the games are like separate, their own thing. But I want Chris kind of ish story with his. I want to see more of him in general.
You want Chris time to shine.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
Just focus on one dude. That's
and that too. Joe could hop on too, because on Revelations, the whole thing. I want to see even more about that.
Yeah.
Like so some side stories.
I get you. Like you want to 2D anime version of Resident Evil because they have the movies.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
What
Just
kind of
seeing carnage of just blood on zombies and stuff.
Well, what kind of style though is the question? Because for me, when I think of Resident Evil, again, I know it's about to get a new movie, but personally speaking, I feel like a George Romero type of live action is what I think of when I think of Resident Evil, because it's based off of classic Evil Dead, not Evil Dead, Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, stuff like that. So
yeah. No, I feel you, especially the first one's very.
Because when I think of live action Resident Evil, is I think of the director's cut of Resident Evil 1, because that version of the game replaced all of the actual in-game cutscenes with legit live action cutscenes with actual actors and costumes and stuff. So that's just how I feel. But animation wise, I'd be kind of intrigued to kind of see what kind of style they would go for if they're going to be going for, because you guys remember the Devil May Cry anime from 2006?
Oh yeah, I do.
Would you guys say?
I know that's a thing, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Wait, was it done also by Bayonetta?
Yeah, I think so, honestly, because because Kamiya has his little blocking fingers in both the series, so I want to imagine they're probably connected in some way animation wise. So
yeah, so I feel like, hey, those properties got it. I want an animation.
My main complaint with those two anime is that they're ugly looking.
that too.
Because Bayonetta does not look good in that
age well.
anime. Yeah. No. Other than maybe the bath scene, but come on. How can you mess up a bath scene? I'm just saying.
God.
But yeah, because I'm just again, a lot of different things are popping up in my head in terms of how art style could work. Because Mega Man, you already have it set.
Yeah.
The art itself is already appealing enough where you could literally just translate that into an anime. With stuff like Metal Gear or Resident Evil, they go for more realistic styles.
Yeah.
So
And
how do you translate that?
and we've seen it Resident Evil done with the movie.
And Sekiro also. Sekiro.
I guess the people that did Project IG, the
Oh.
Ghost in the Shell, the
Oh,
animation
yeah,
from
yeah,
that
yeah.
too.
Ah,
I
That's
want it
true.
similar
That's
to
true.
that.
Yeah, that's true.
okay. No, that would be different.
Where it makes it, some scenes are gonna be CGI'd, but
Mhm.
mostly it's gonna be 2D at times.
yeah.
You get me?
That's true.
So something like that ish.
Mappa.
Yes, there you go. Like Mappa.
It's sometimes it's just so hard to like just tell like what version of Mappa, because like
Yeah.
there's like two distinct different Mappas now, where it's like you have the CG stuff of let's say what was that one anime that we saw that with the old man?
Out of high school.
No,
Oh,
well, not out of high
Yasuke?
school.
Yes.
Yeah, Yasuke. Yeah, Yasuke. And then also, so you got Yasuke, but then you also got like the 2D stuff from like, the upcoming Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen. So it's like, what kind of
Yeah,
version
because
of that do you want?
they go up and down.
It
on
does,
the studio.
honestly, yeah. You never know what you're gonna get.
Like, you
Yeah,
can know,
lots
and
of
you can
chocolates.
never always trust a studio. It all depends on the crew you get for that.
Very
series.
true, very true. You need to make sure they know their stuff. And sometimes knowing's not even enough these days.
True.
You're gonna have like the biggest fan of this one thing try to be like, yo, I got a vision. I can totally make this into a thing. And they just completely fail.
But yeah, the thing why I brought up this topic in general is that Arcana was really a good show.
Yeah, no, most
No, the craziest thing is that they
So it
took
can be done.
they took characters from the game, from League of Legends,
Mhm.
and put them into this show where they made the story of them.
Right, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with it has to do with the fact that you got these really high budget trailers that just make everything pop, everything gives it personality, but then you look into it and you're like, what the hell? There's no like actual legit cutscenes in it. I think the same thing with Overwatch, and I think the same thing with Team Fortress 2, where it's just like you have these insane looking cutscenes, you have all this lore and backstory and stuff you want to dig into, and you don't get to do that because there's nothing else provided in the game other than just the game itself.
Yeah.
Which I guess you think it's a no-brainer, especially if it's like a multiplayer only game like TF2 or
They
Overwatch.
They had the money.
They got the money. They got the money to just kind of like chill out whatever and just make, short or series or based off of whatever. And it's honestly, if you get the same exact people that make the trailers then and just add in the lore that you already established, I feel like it should be a no-brainer. You can just get it done.
Yeah.
And especially on this show.
Right,
No,
exactly.
Which League has done, and they're doing a phenomenal
Yeah, they're
job.
doing that.
And-
That show is
Oh.
the show is 40 minutes, 44 minutes around there.
Oh shoot! I have a question. Could I redact my answer? I just thought Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no, you
No,
cannot redact your
no,
answer, 'cause
can
I don't want that.
No, I can't.
I don't
can't
want
just
that.
like. Look, sir, I got a pencil right here. I could
That
erase
story's
my.
already like confusing enough, and you
No!
need Disney's approval, and that's never gonna happen.
But I could bring up my childhood, involve it into.
That's a
answer.
I mean, if we're in a fantasy world, right, where anything can happen. So yeah,
Anything
sure.
happen, okay.
You know what?
Kingdom Hearts.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Okay, fine.
Oh,
That's fine.
I can see that.
Disney Plus. That's fine.
And they're trying to do an anime.
Yeah.
section.
So there you go. Boom. Just throw the money there, and you already have the characters. Just make it happen, and you don't even have to hire like all the other, fill in voice act. Okay, maybe with the genie you kind of have to. You gotta do
Anyways,
Robin Williams.
just let us know what video games you would like to have animated yourself.
If you say Kingdom Hearts, I'm not gonna hate you.
I probably will, but hey, I know there's big fans for it, so I can see the appeal of it.
And Omar respects you dearly for it.
I do. And I think with that, we will end this topic. It was I really enjoyed this. So
I did too.
if you guys really enjoyed it yourselves, let us know. Leave a comment if you. And like always, you made it this far in the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You hearing us this far really helps us and continues motivate us to keep doing this weekly.
I know we definitely need it sometimes.
Exactly. And with that wraps up this week. And like always, don't forget to Excalibur the like button. I need you to that comment section.
That.
I need you to rule breaker that subscribe button.
Rule breaker.
And Like, and don't forget, Zaba need that notification
Somebody!
bell. And I've been your demi servant Omar
And Master Robbie.
And Master David.
And Servant Josh.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.